Hey everybody, it's Monika and welcome to my channel where I help social workers, therapists, and helping professionals deepen their level of self-awareness while increasing their competence and confidence in the profession. So for today's video, I'm going to be talking about what is social work. I recognize that I've had this channel for over a year and I've not done one video about what is social work. So I wanted to do that today. So if you're interested in this topic, then please keep watching. I'm Monika Thomas, the founder and clinical social worker at Kindred Connections Therapy Center. I've been a social worker for over 12 years. I decided to do an entire YouTube channel on my journey from cubicle working social worker to successful entrepreneur. Welcome to my channel. So within the United States, the social work profession is governed by the NASW. The NASW stands for the National Association of Social Workers, and the NASW outlines and defines what social work is and what social workers do. And the NASW describes social work as the professional activity of helping individuals, families, groups, or communities enhance or restore their capacity for social functioning or creating societal conditions favorable to that goal. So in essence, the social work profession is a group of skilled and trained professionals who are qualified to help people enhance the quality of their lives. They're also trained in ways to advocate for disadvantaged groups and to advocate for changes in social conditions that impact the quality of life for marginalized groups. And because social workers use a person and environment frame, meaning not only do we look at what a person is struggling with, but we look at the environmental conditions that have contributed to the person having difficulties in their lives. So our work also includes creating social conditions that can help improve the quality and well-being of people's lives. So the social work profession operates in three main areas of focus. So you can work in social work at the micro level, at the meso level, and at the macro level. And I'll explain what each of those levels mean. So at the micro level, you're working one-to-one. You're working with individuals, possibly in direct practice. So working in therapy, working with families in a children's services setting, in a foster care setting. So anything that you're doing one-to-one with an individual, that will be considered doing social work at the micro level. So the meso level can be if you're working with institutions, if you're working with schools, organizations, or nonprofit organizations. You can also be working with community-based organizations to help solve a social problem or to ensure the groups have access to specific resources. And at the macro level, that's when you're working at the policy level. So that, for example, could be working with or for governmental agencies, is looking at policies and how those policies impact communities or impact individual groups of people. And you can also advocate at the policy level. So if there's some type of law or ordinance that disproportionately impacts a particular group of people, you as a social worker can begin to lobby or to help pass policy that changes those laws or to ensure that there's equitable access for people who are marginalized. Social work is oftentimes referred to as the head, heart, and hands profession. And what that means is there's a certain level of skill set and knowledge that social workers need to have in order to facilitate change in the lives of the population that you're serving. So the head would symbolize a knowledge base, a theory, or a practice that you were using to bring about change for a particular group. So you would think about what approach would you be using to attack a certain problem in the community. And this also begins with the level of knowledge that social workers use called a person and environment approach. So social workers understand that the things that have happened to people aren't necessarily the consequence of something that that person did right or did wrong. We understand that there are systems within the world and within society that impact the resources that people have access to and that impact people's ability to live the type of lives that they want and to perform at the highest level of emotional and personal functioning. So the knowledge base that a social worker has will drive the type of interventions that they use to solve a social problem. The heart of the profession is the social worker's empathy, their ability to connect and show compassion, to be non-judgmental, and to use an approach that's either strength-based or that honors the client's right to self-determination. So what this means is social workers are not imposing their own beliefs, their own values, their own ideas onto the client or the population that they're working with. They're considering the things that the client wants and the client needs and allowing that to drive the interventions. Now, within specific social work professions, such as children's services, for example, it sometimes is the social worker's responsibility to have a level of discretion and to step in to be able to perform the function of a parent if there's a breakdown in the family system or the family structure. But a social worker is not supposed to in any way use their power or use their knowledge as a manipulative tool against families and children. In the hands of the profession is actually what the worker is doing, the way that they're interacting with the client, the work that's physically being done, the interventions that are being used, the referrals that are being made. But it can also include the times that social workers drive their clients to the grocery store or drive them to appointments or to make sure that they have access to transportation. So the hands of the profession is all the ways that social workers work with children, youth, and families to ensure the highest level of functioning. Now, within the social work profession, we're not just doing things that have no evidence or that have not been shown to work. We're literally helping people work through a change process. And when you go to school to become a social worker, you learn about the change process and what it takes to move someone from not thinking about change to be able to make the type of changes in their lives that they say that they want. And you're also gaining a level of understanding around ambivalence, meaning what are all the reasons why people stay stuck in their lives and they don't move forward on their goals, or they don't push forward on the things that they say that they want to do. And you learn how to do that in a non-judgmental way, meaning you don't blame the client for their inability to do the thing that they want to do. And you don't shame a person for not being able to progress on the things that they say that they want. Again, we use a person and environment approach, and we understand the dynamics that can happen within a social environment or within a social context that can create an inability for someone to want to move forward on their goals, or for them not to even have the capacity to think that they can move forward on their goals. So oftentimes the work that we do with clients is not about motivation, it's not about will, and it's not always about a desire that someone wants to do something. Sometimes there are emotional, mental, and systemic reasons why people are not able to progress in the way that they want to in their lives. Now, this doesn't mean that we make an excuse for our clients or that we allow them to stay stuck. We really begin to help them think about the change that they say that they want and what would those action steps need to be in order for them to get to that end goal. So as I mentioned, when working at the micro, meso, and macro level of social work, there's so many opportunities that are available within the social work profession. And because the month of March is Social Work Month, it was announced by the NASW that the social work profession is projected to grow by 800,000 new social workers. So now is a great time to get into the profession if you have a passion for advocating for people and helping people reach their goals. Now again, if you choose to do that, that would again be at the micro level. If you wanted to work at a macro level, you can do more work where you are working directly with larger organizations or companies or corporations. And I'll make sure to link the video here that I did of my 20 careers in social work so you can have an idea of the types of things that you can do in the social work profession. Also, I created a download. You can get that here. It's 112 careers in social work. So that document will really get you thinking about the different types of things that you can do within the social work profession, and don't allow others to limit you on what they think social workers do or what the social work profession entails. I encourage you to download that document so that you can see all of the opportunities that are available to you within the social work profession. And I think you'll be quite surprised. So if you have any other questions about the social work profession or how to get started, or if you have questions about navigating your own career in social work, please let me know in the comment section whatever question that you have, and I'll be sure to try to address those on the channel. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you like it, please subscribe or share. I'll be sharing more videos to help you increase your competence and confidence in the profession. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, be well.